CS-SUNN is the civil society arm of the SUNN Global Movement. It is my honor and privilege to welcome all of us on behalf of my Executive Secretary. It's a breakfast meeting and we are not going to take a lot of time.
There is a growing global concern about nutritional quality of the food that children have access to, especially in Africa, including the need for balanced diet. In Nigeria and across the globe, there is growing concern for access to nutritious food and the support children need to prosper. We recognize the tremendous impact and the malnutrition as on the physical and cognitive development of our children, as well as the long-term social and economic consequences it brings. Let us seize this opportunity to legislate meaningful change and ensure that every child has the opportunity to grow up strong, healthy, and nourished. The President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, CON, is deeply committed to addressing these challenges of malnutrition in our country and working towards a brighter, healthier future for our children. We shall continue to work in close partnership with civil society organizations to ensure that 10th National Assembly and the civil society organizations achieve satisfactory nutritional qualities for all Nigerian children.
It's heartwarming to hear the content of your speech. It shows that we have the problem almost solved because you're already calling on the legislators to enact laws that will actually make our children have access to nutrition services. And that is actually the essence of our meeting here today. And again, the stepping up of advocacy, that makes it more valued, collaborating with your office, because we know that the legislators are actually the very strong linkage between the executive and the people at the grassroots. And once we are able to establish this strong partnership, we are going to help us to close that gap to have easy access to the executive arm of the government.
I feel highly honored and privileged to welcome you all to this auspicious breakfast meeting. Let me start by congratulating the Special Advisor to the Senate President on Diaspora and Non-Governmental Organization for this groundbreaking collaboration, a recognition of the critical roles our legislators actually play in contributing to optimal nutrition outcomes for Nigerians through improved funding and constituency engagements. This collaboration today aims to brief you, distinguished senators and honorable members, of the existence of the counterpart funding. I request you to prioritize maternal health through constituency oversight of the PHCs, leveraging on your political network, influence, and goodwill.
In Nigeria, malnutrition, especially among the vulnerable, the under 5, causes underlying issues, and nearly half of the deaths of under 5 is caused by malnutrition. Nigeria, in line with global statistics, has the second highest burden of stunted children in the world, with a prevalence rate of 37%. Similarly, in line with the NDHS 2018, 11.6% of Nigerian children aged 6 to 59 months are wasted. 25.3% are underweight, 1.5% are overweight. An estimated 2 million children in Nigeria suffer from severe acute malnutrition. Unfortunately, only 2 out of every 10 under 5 children in Nigeria that needs treatment have access to this treatment.
The government of Nigeria is working with other partners to ensure that we have affordable, nutritious food in our Food Fortification Alliance programs, which is championed by GAIN. And the same way, we also are aware that in Nigeria, we have our biannual maternal and child health week, where we provide supplementation for children with vitamin A. These are components of activities that have been supported by partners in the country. Last year again, the government pushed for a workplace where every woman has access to breastfeeding.
I assure you, on behalf of the senators, representative of the senators, and the members of the House of Assembly, members of the House of Representatives, that whatever learning we take here, we rest assured that we'll take it back to our principals, and we rest assured that it will be used to develop and implement strategies to improve food and nutrition for the entire Nigerian. This program cannot come at a better time, and I congratulate you for this program, and we rest assured that we're partners together in this to ensure that we achieve the purpose of this program.
When you look at this, 149 million children, this is as at 2020, 149 million children under the age of 5 are stunted across the world. And when you look at the map of Nigeria right there, you see Africa, you see Nigeria. You look at this code here, you see the from 40 to 50, and the very light blue that we have in the southern part of Nigeria. The whole of the upper part of that Nigerian map, we can see that a lot is happening there. And like the Director of Nutrition has spoken, 50% of deaths of children in under 5 is attributed to malnutrition. 37% of Nigerian children are stunted, according to the last National Demographic and Health Survey. 7% are wasted, that is acute malnutrition. Something just happened and this guy, the weight reduced. When you look at anemia, 58% of women are anemic, and that determines the survivor when they go through the process of pregnancy.
There are about 35 million children, an estimated 35 to 40 million children under 5 in the country, click, of which approximately 12 million are stunted. That's a huge number. Please click. We have about 9 million who are wasted. So when we use the word stunting, Mrs. Nelson explained, stunting is when children are short for their age. Wasting is when they're too thin for their height. And last but not the least, she also spoke about anemia, saying 68% of our children are anemic. So if at any point in time we calculated out of the 35 to 40 million children, we have, I would say, 24 to 27 million children who are not growing well. So what is the process to access the Child Nutrition Fund? The first is we need a request in the form of a letter or approval from the appropriate authority in the state or the federal level that they would like to invest in the match fund. We then draft an MOU and an application, and that is filled out by both parties. Next slide, please. Once that is done, both parties review the documents and then we sign the MOU and sign the application. Next slide, please. Based on that, UNICEF helps with the procurement. So we confirm the cost estimates, we put in the match, we confirm the orders, and we procure. And once that is done, the commodities of choice, click please, are delivered, click please, are delivered to the states to ensure that mothers and babies are healthy.
If you are in the global stage, that you know the strength of Nigeria, to think that children could be stunted, that children could be wasting, to think that they could not achieve the educational attainment because of malnutrition is painful. What we do not want is a generation of Nigerians who are held behind because of malnutrition. With the energy of this meeting, we are optimistic that significant improvements in health and nutrition will be realized. We cannot do this alone. No single entity can tackle the neglect that has happened for decades. It requires all of us to come together, to put our children first, and to work on this most important issue, and that is the nutrition of our young children.
The partners are available. The civil society organizations are available. CS-SUNN has presence in about 28 states of this country. And it's a question of, getting into discussions with whatever activity you want to do in your constituency, and it is done. A recent data from Diaspora States during the vitamin A supplementation campaign in October last year, 4,900 children were assessed. Over 70% of those children have to also lend my voice to what the stakeholders have said in the House. We are pleading with the legislators to support more allocation of funds for the implementation of the multi-sectoral plan of action for food and nutrition. Because there is this situation that sometimes they come for budget defense, and things about nutrition are just thrown out. Because the understanding is still very minimal.